She remained committed to operational excellence, fiscal responsibility, and strategic planning. Nunn's contributions to the district and community have been meaningful, and the board of directors and the staff wish to thank her for her dedicated service to the district. And at this time, we have a resolution, and if I can have the board come on down, we can issue the resolution to Jill and do a photo op. I don't know if you want to say something before we do that, but.
Do it.
There are no whereas.
That's
You
enough.
want to do all the whereases? You don't want to do all the
okay.
whereases.
I know, I'd like to hear it.
Asses are.
I love whereas.
Too many asses.
Go ahead.
Continue, ma'am. Sorry, my apologies.
Like I've mentioned before, this is bittersweet for me. I love Cordova. I love all of you. I love all of the staff. I love this community. So the decision obviously was very difficult for me. But I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Patrick Larkin for all of his leadership over the last 8.5 years. It's definitely been an honor of a lifetime to be the director of Parks and Recreation. I want to thank the board for all of your support in everything crazy things that we wanted to do in Parks and Recreation, in community and communications and marketing. I'm going to miss the staff immensely, and I'm going to really miss this community. We've had a lot of good times. We've done, like Patrick just mentioned, we've had so many amazing projects, so many park builds. Working with park planning and development has really actually helped me, to be honest with you. Thank you, Laura, get the position that I've gotten in Roseville because I was able to get that experience in learning about park planning and development. But I will miss all of you. You know I'm your biggest champion. I hope nothing but the best for the district and all of you as board members. So thank you for allowing me to serve as your Director of Parks and Recreation. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
And if there's staff here that might go in the photo, feel welcome. Laura, don't put this up right now.
Jill, did you notice? I mean, like 8 years ago, you started here, Caltrans started, and then you leave, and now it's done.
And I know. That's just a bummer.
Oh, here, look at it.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. You stand out. You're right next to Knox.
Come in, come in. Residents, friends, if you'd like to join us too.
We might need to do two photos.
Come in front.
I'm short. Yes.
There we go, perfect.
Come over here. Someone come over here and balance it out. Balance it out. All right, now we're in balance again. Now, all right. Meeting's going into extra long session.
Okay, ready?
Nope.
What about you? You're not in this. Yeah, why aren't you in this? Someone else take a picture.
One.
Hold time.
2, 3.
Yay.
This side.
Thanks for coming to be our photographer.
I got you guys. All right, give me your best poses. 1, 2, 3. One for good measure. Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, celebrate Jill's break.
That's what I came here for. Add it to the resume. That's exactly it. Trauma.
That's about right.
Oh, I canceled him. Sorry.
No,
Appreciate it.
tonight was supposed to be your first one? Do it.
I'll get it next month.
Congratulations and good luck.
Doug, can you give me a hug tonight? Give me a hug tonight.
Good day.
Give me a hug tonight.
Oh, you're gonna race? Oh. Make sure you do that on camera. We want to see that on camera. Oh.
Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, if you'd like.
Earn
That's great.
it.
So, hold on, I think that Danny wants to give a song and speech for you.
No, I just wanted to open it up to the board members if you would like to just show your appreciation. And so I'll kick it off. Jill, just thank you so much for everything you've done for the district and just the community that it represents and just all your hard work, and really appreciate it.
Yes, and thank you for, being brand new to this, and then, you were a great resource to ask questions, and you were right there to answer, and I know you're gonna do great. You did everything great here, and you're gonna be awesome over in Roseville. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I don't want to get teary-eyed. He's going to do that.
Yeah.
But yes, I think we've said our words, and you are wonderful. You're great, and it's great to have another Snoopy fan here. I don't know. Somebody's got to take over. Who's going to take over? Make sure that's in the job
Shannon's
description.
right there.
Yeah. Okay.
Shannon was your other
She knew you were gonna do that.
Shannon's
I'm
your
outta
other
here.
student.
Yes, I know Roseville is very, very fortunate to have you. You can finally whip those parks into shape up there.
great.
Terrible. I say terrible. So, as I said earlier, one of our previous messages, you hope our paths cross again. So,
Thank you.
all right.
Appreciate that.
Hold on. Who's got the tissue?
No, thank you, Jill. Yeah, it's right here. My tissue's right here. Cool.
It's the hot sauce.
No, for the last 8.5 years, we've had highs and lows, and we've worked on between, me being a board member, but then me sitting on CCC, we've sat through some difficult times in that and some great times, and over the time, we've definitely grown to appreciate each other, and I hope your staff looks at you the same way that this staff and the board does.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good job.
What's your name again? Jill Nunez? So Jill, all I can say is nothing will be the same for a while. Until they find someone to replace you, then it probably will be okay. But they'll never replace the fun that we've had at a lot of the conferences. A lot of the times the levity that you bring to this organization was really appreciated. It was a different level, and I understand that you want to go even higher in your life, but sometimes you gotta bump your head. So, get up there and then come back and visit. Maybe I'll get out for your first. They just had a big pickleball tournament out there. I saw it on TV. So you're gonna definitely be in a new realm, and you're gonna prosper and do great things. I know you are. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you again. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right.
And thank you for missing your first city council meeting at your new job to be here to celebrate.
Library.
Libraries. I can say it correctly now. Libraries.
All right, on to D2.
Item D2, presentation of $2,000 grant award from the Junior Tennis Fund Sacramento. Informative presentation only, no action to be taken by the Board of Directors, and at this time, we receive no speaker cards. And seeing none, I will welcome up Recreation Supervisor Nina Seiner.
Okay. All right. Okay. Good evening, Chair Langham and members of the board. The Junior Tennis Fund of Sacramento is a collective giving organization dedicated to supporting tennis programs for underserved youth throughout the greater Sacramento region. The organization funds group tennis lessons, supports participation in local junior tennis tournaments, and provides grants to high school tennis programs to help strengthen and support their teams. Their mission is to make the sport of tennis accessible to everyone. Each year, the Junior Tennis Fund of Sacramento provides grants to recreation and park districts to support tennis clinics for younger players who may not otherwise have access to paid lessons or instruction. The organization also awards $1,000 grants to area high schools, 20 to date, to help improve and expand their tennis equipment, including rackets, balls, and teaching tools. Since 2020, CRPD has received a total of $11,100 in grant funding from the Junior Tennis Fund of Sacramento. This support has allowed us to provide 24 six-week tennis lesson sessions, benefiting approximately 240 children. As part of the program, each participant receives a tennis racket to keep. Without further ado, I'd like to welcome Junior Tennis Fund Sacramento board member Carol Rose to the podium.
Big check.
Nina always makes this easy for me because she says all the important stuff, so I just stand around and look beautiful. But what I did bring tonight, the money has already been given to Rancho Cordova. I came out here to bring some rackets to Nina, and I said, you might as well have the check while you're at it. So all I brought tonight was the fake check, and I'd like a real picture with all of you in the fake check.
Love it.
And that will do it.
We love a good big old check.
Big ATM's broken. ATM's going to take over society.
Yeah, right.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
0, 0.
No,
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 this is correct.
dry mark.
We're giving you nothing. Oh my gosh, someone picked that. That would have been hysterical though. That would have been absolutely hysterical.
Can we absolutely can.
So we just put your hand over this cover it up again.
0.0.
Well, it's actually correct.
Good thing we have detail orientation. Do you want to get next to that?
Add a couple extra zeros and see what happens.
Okay, I'm gonna slide real
Yes,
close
get in
to
there,
this
yes.
check here.
Yay! Add another 0. They won't notice.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
Yay! Thank you, Carol.
Safety right there.
Great photo op.
No incident.
Check out our website.
Okay, I definitely will.
Yeah,
I'll
so that-
post that in a newsletter.
Yeah, that'd be great. It's on our Facebook page. This is like the most active meeting we've held.
Yeah.
And no jumping jacks. Okay, I think that's enough moving for tonight.
And now we're out. No, just kidding.
All right.
All right, on to E, committee reports.
Item E1, Ad Hoc Committee, School District 2x2 on April 20th, 2026, attended by Vice Chair Mattis and Director Danzel.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Monday, April 20th, we met, Vice Chair Mattis and myself met with the representatives from the school district in a 2x2. Some of the things we talked about was that the timeline of moving Cordova High School's varsity baseball team from Peterson Field in Hagan Park up onto the campus, and how they're gonna do that when that's planned on being done. It's still a ways out, but it is coming. And then community access and parking at Hagan Park tennis courts, and the replacement of Dave Roberts Community Tennis Court are some of the things we did talk about, and those are ongoing, and the staffs are working on how to work these things out.
Yeah, I
Why don't
think it
you
was
take the
great.
last three?
It's a new superintendent, and it was great to meet him, and he's got a lot of energy, a lot of ideas, and just really, there's a lot of energy in that office of his up there. So I think there's gonna, definitely a good pick that the district did last year, 2 years ago. And so it's gonna be a really good, positive things coming out of that district, so I'm looking forward to that.
Okay.
E2.
Item E2, Ad Hoc Committee, CIP, on May 12th, 2026, attended by Chair Langen and Director Sung.
Okay. On Tuesday, May 12th. Hold on to your seats. This organization, this district is really moving and shaken. The district, they are right now have 56 projects slated for this year.
What?
With 26 of them completed already, and others are on their way. And that accumulates to like a 54% of all our assets have had work completed or scheduled, which is a pretty amazing figure. And you gotta see the photographs of all the stuff that we've completed. I'm not gonna go over the list, but I kept writing it down. I go, I can't say all that. There's so much stuff that we've done, and pay homage to the crew and the staff and what they, their dedication here to get things done and focus. I think that's a great thing. The interesting thing is that their new philosophy changed for the next year, and I'm going to talk a little bit about it, and hopefully Chair Langdon can elaborate more on it with his new haircut. It's a capital versus maintenance philosophy, and this way they're going to do different capital projects from a different budget than the maintenance projects, and it sort of weighs them out, and it has a lot to do with the dollar amount that's for each project and the sustainability of that project and what it's doing for us. We're just gonna Band-Aid and fix something. It's coming out of a different budget. If we're gonna replace something like a whole play structure, it's gonna come out of the capital budget. And so it's a very interesting premise, and I'm sure later on when we have more of a proposed budget or with all this stuff, it'll come out, or we'll have there's a PowerPoint that he created. Well, I think everybody should have it, so we'll share that with everybody. Danny?
Yeah, so it was a great meeting just to see what has been done, the work that has been done, and the work that's still coming. Director Sloan stole some of my statistics, but that's okay. I believe it said that there are 30 parks and facilities that have benefited from it so far, which is just great to hear and to know. And then just touching on the new philosophy, I just think it's going to be great it was really cool just to see how, as a district, we are working to make it better and easier to work with, and so the simplicity of it. So great job, everyone. It was great, and I appreciated it. It's gonna bring us to F, public hearings. Not seeing any. So G, regular calendar.
Item G1, adopt resolution 25/26-27, approving the park development agreement with Lennar Homes of California, LLC, and Lal Brothers, LLC for the Douglas 103 development project, and authorize the chairperson of the board of directors to sign the same. And at this time, we received no speaker cards, and seeing none, I will turn it over to Park Planning and Development Manager Laura Taylor.
Good evening, Chair Langen and members of the board. So now I officially have the pleasure of introducing Jacqueline Tromer, who is with Lennar Homes. She's in the audience tonight to support this PDA, and if there's any questions I can't answer, maybe she can, but anyhow, she's also a photographer on the side.
Who knew?
So, okay, so I am going to go ahead and pull up a map that is in your packet, but it shows the location of this development project that is called Douglas 103, at least for now. Everybody knows they always change all the names on the developments, and it'll probably be marketed as something different, I'm sure.
Emerald Grove.
What is it?
Emerald Grove.
Emerald Grove, okay.
Hey, Laura, can you pause for 1 minute? We have a technical thing.
It'll be very nice to meet you. You guys will love it.
Okay, cool.
Is this it?
Do we get unplugged?
We're waiting until we can get the map up on the other TV here. It's not up there yet. Maybe it's the wrong HDMI cord? It's up there.
It was working.
We don't have it on ours either.
I'm gonna eat more chicken. That was the spelling bee. Eat more chicken.
Is it in their board packet?
Yes, it is.
If you have your laptops, you can
CRPD.
access it on your board packet. That way we can keep this going.
What page?
It's page 33
Dang,
of your
we're too
board
far.
pack.
Okay, so we'll keep going, just so for the sake of
Okay.
time.
It's not a switch up there? No? You did it?
Oh, yeah, we
we
got
good,
it,
we
we got it.
good.
Except now I can't see it here, but that's okay. So you can see that, am I ready to go here?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you go full screen?
So this project is located in the southeast quadrant of our district in the city of Rancho Cordova. And you can see that there's a red leader line that goes to the development and outlines where this Douglas 103 development is. You can also see immediately to the west, there's a little green dot, and that is our existing Sunridge Park that has a splash pad out there. So that kind of gets you oriented to where this project is. And so anyhow, it is approximately 111 acres total, and it includes approximately 198 single-family residential units, a neighborhood park site, open space, commercial uses, and wetland preserve areas. As part of the project, the developer will dedicate approximately 2.67 acres for a neighborhood park site, which is also known as Lot A in this project. This park site will be incorporated into the existing Sunridge Park located immediately to the west, creating one larger cohesive neighborhood park. The city has approved this project through its land development entitlement process. And as a result, the developer must enter into a park development agreement with the district, which is what we are up to tonight. The developer has elected not to construct the park, in other words, not do it turnkey. You folks have probably heard that term before. And instead, the developer will dedicate the park site and pay the full park development impact fees, and then the district will be responsible for the design and construction of the park. We've done that in several instances here recently. The PDA requires 3 signatures from the developer's side. So Lennar purchased the property from the Lau brothers, and Lennar is required to deed the commercial parcels back to the Lau brothers after the large lot final map has been recorded and they've divided up into lots, right? So therefore, Lau brothers is a party to this agreement. And the other thing is that Lennar has entered into a land banking transaction, and so the land banking entity has acknowledged and consented to this, the recordation of this park development agreement. So the project is required to dedicate 2.92 acres of parkland. So park site Lot A is constrained by existing utility easements, and therefore it's being credited at a reduced amount for Quimby Parkland credit at 25% or 0.67 acres. The remaining parkland obligation of 2.25 acres will be satisfied by the payment of Quimby in lieu fees. The PDA requires a developer to deliver the park site in a condition suitable to build a park. So that includes they're going to dedicate the site, they're going to complete the street frontage improvements, install the utilities, and rough grade and in accordance with district standards. And when I say install the utilities, that's utility stub outs to the site that we'll then tie into. So these improvements must be completed prior to the issuance of building permits within the last village to be constructed, which is Village 1, which is a little confusing because that's phase 5 of the project. And so, now I'm gonna go ahead and pull up another map. Can't see on the screen. This screen's
Yeah,
out.
did it transfer? I think it transferred the screen to that screen.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, maybe I'll just go to that one then. That's easy, I can handle that.
There we go.
All right, so
We can't see it though.
It'll be this bottom one.
Okay, so that, that map depicts the entire, Douglas 103 project, and, you can see that, so phase 5 is the one in the, lower left corner of the project. And then there is a lot right next to it, that's Lot A, and that is the site that we're talking about as far as what Lennar will dedicate to us. And it is immediately adjacent to Sunridge Park, so this diagram kind of gives you an idea of how it all ties together. Also, phase 5 provides the necessary street improvements that front the park, on the east side of that park. Okay, so, the facilities that can be built on the park are somewhat limited because of the overhead power lines and stormwater easement, but nevertheless, it'll be developed as one nice seamless, parkland into Sunridge Park, so that's an advantage. So once the developers completed their improvements, then we'll formally accept the park and then assume responsibility for construction, maintenance, and operation. And the project will be annexed into our CFD number 2018-01, which is on the agenda for later tonight. And that will provide the ongoing funding for maintenance of park and landscape improvements. So this project is going to mitigate its fiscal impact by, one, providing payment for Quimby in lieu fees of 2.25 acres, providing park development impact fees for each house in the development, and by annexing into our CFD for the long-term maintenance of the park, and also other parks that these residents will be utilizing. So, approval of the recommended action will allow the developer to proceed with recording the final maps and continue development of the residential project while ensuring that the parkland dedication, funding, and delivery obligations are secured. So that is my report, and I am happy to answer any questions that you might have about the project.
Director Sloan?
Yeah, can you go back to the colorful map?
Okay, there we go.
You can't zoom in, but, oh, you can. So the grant line runs up and then there's, to the north of this number 9 in the box. Is that the commercial property that will be developed? The white part?
Yes, so the
That's-
commercial,
that's-
so when you look at, you see the exhibits in the PDA, at the back of the PDA, there's some parcels that are called the Lau Brothers parcels. Those are the commercial parcels, so, those are pages, 50 and, yeah, page 50 shows it the best of your packet. Shows, so the white areas are, well,
The
actually,
two white
that's not
areas.
wrong, that's the Lennar property.
Am I seeing these two white areas here? That one and that one?
No, it,
No.
for a more exact,
Go
you
to
need to
page
look at, page 55. See the hatched areas? Those, that's the commercial properties. It's right at the intersection of the future Americanos Boulevard
So it's within this box.
and Douglas
No, that's-
Road.
Oh, okay, oh.
It kind of surrounds that intersection.
So, I'm just curious how close this park, this is the neighborhood park, to, gonna be for the, Sunridge is right, like what, a couple blocks away?
No, it's right next to it.
Right,
So
so across the street?
Lot A
Yeah.
will be right next to Sunridge Park.
It'll
And
look
so
like one
it,
big
like,
park.
once we.
Oh, so this is an addition to the park, sort of like an
Yeah, it'll be an
appendage.
extension
I
of
get
the
it,
park.
I get it now. Oh, cool, yeah, that's nice.
Okay.
Question, Yes, that's it.
No, sir.
Brian?
The only question I have is, so will this new park have amenities?
Walkways, pathways, limited planting, maybe some, we're limited by what we're allowed to plant under the power lines.
So it's basically land under the power lines?
Yeah.
So
So
we
we'll
won't be having kite tournaments there or anything like that?
Right. Yeah, if you're paying attention to the signs that are already at Sunridge Park, that they do not fly a kite.
Is there really a sign there? I have not noticed that. Okay. Huh.
With a
All
key
right.
at the end.
All right.
Will there be shade?
It's tough to get shade because the restrictions under the power lines are nothing over 12 feet tall.
Oh, really?
So, you know, we will definitely try to get taller trees in where the easements directly under the power lines, where we're allowed to, like there's some space in between the power lines. Because there's actually a SMUD line and a PG&E line, and they're separated by, I don't know how many feet, but, so we might be able to get some taller trees in there, maybe, but that's a whole negotiation thing we have to go through with the utility companies during the design process.
All righty, thank you.
No questions.
Okay.
Do I have a motion?
I move the Board of Directors adopt Resolution 25/26-27 approving the park development agreement with Lennar Homes of California LLC and Lal Brothers LLC for the design or for the Douglas 103 development project and authorize the chairperson of the Board of Directors to sign the same.
I'll second that motion.
Have a motion by Director Danzel and a second by Director Sloan. Roll call vote.
Director Sloan?
Aye.
Director Danzel?
Aye.
Secretary Yearwood?
Aye.
Vice Chair Mattis?
Aye.
Chair Langen?
Aye. Now down to G2.
Special Proceedings, Community Facilities District Number 2018-01, Park and Facilities and Services, Annexation Number 12, Steel Ridge. Adopt Resolution 25/26-28, accepting the annexation of property located in a future annexation area to the Cordova Recreation and Park District, Community Facilities District Number 2018-01, Park Facilities and Services, Tax Zone Number 1, Annexation Number 12, Steel Ridge. At this time, we received no speaker cards, and seeing no public comment, I will turn it over to CFO McAdell.
All right, thank you. All right, good evening, Chair Langen and board members. So the purpose of this item is to approve the annexation of the Steel Ridge project into Community Facilities District 2018-01. Brief background, this was the CFD that we established in December of 2018 with the future annexation area of the whole entire district boundary for all new development. Properties are annexed in through a streamlined unanimous approval process in one proceeding, which is we're doing tonight, where the property owner agrees to join the CFD and be subject to the annual special tax. The district has completed 11 annexations to date into this particular CFD, and the most recent one was of June of 2024, so tonight's action is number 12. At build-out, the project is anticipated to include approximately 810 single-family homes, 140 multifamily units, and about 7 acres of non-residential development. This project is required to mitigate its fiscal impacts for the district, specifically for operation, maintenance, and replacement of public parks. And that requirement will be satisfied through participation in the CFD. For context, the fiscal year 26-27 maximum special tax for single-family homes is $533 annually. The tax may continue as long as its services are necessary and provided. At build-out, Steel Ridge is projected to generate approximately $500,000 annually in revenue for park services. And that concludes my presentation. Happy to answer any questions.
Do we have any questions from the board?
No.
Are they planning to complete Kiefer Road?
What's that?
Are they planning, is the county or the city planning to complete Kiefer Road to actually pave it all the way through there?
I'm not sure. Through
Yeah.
Steel Ridge?
Well, yeah, because it ends right there behind Cavala Ranch, and it's dirt road, and people dump cars and burn them out over there.
Oh, yeah, I'm
So
not
I'm
sure.
just hoping that that's
Yeah.
gonna get,
That's planning side of things. I'm
Yeah,
not-
I know,
I'm not-
before
yeah.
things
So,
get built
yeah,
out there.
Laura, could you come up and maybe give us an update on that if you have one?
Okay, so Steel Ridge is one of the 6 landowners of the Sun Creek specific plan. And the Sun Creek specific plan does require the connection of Kiefer to Grant Line, and it will happen. And it's probably a shared responsibility to complete that road between the Steel Ridge developer, and I believe that would be Legato to the south. It might be Chalico, but
that lake over there, that's right, yeah.
so it'll happen. But it'll be phased out, and it'll be triggered by a certain number of units being built in different areas.
Okay.
No comment from me. Any discussion? All right. Do I have a motion?
Chair Langen, I'll move the Board of Directors approve or adopt, Resolution 25/26-28, accepting the annexation of properties located in a future annexation area, Cordova Recreation area, Cordova Recreation Park District, Community Facilities District number 2018-01, Park Facilities and Services, Tax Zone number 1, annexation number 12, Steel Ridge.
Second.
Have a motion by Secretary Yearwood and a second by Director Danzel. Roll call vote.
Director Sloan?
Aye.
Director Danzel?
Aye.
Secretary Yearwood?
Aye.
Vice Chair Mattis?
Aye.
Chair Langen?
Aye. And now to G3.
Special Proceedings, Community Facilities District Number 2018-01, Park Facilities and Services, Annexation Number 13, Douglas 103. Adopt Resolution 25/26-29, accepting the annexation of property located in a future annexation area to the Cordova Recreation and Park District, Community Facilities District Number 2018-01, Park Facilities and Services, Tax Zone Number 1, Annexation Number 13, Douglas 103. At this time, we received no speaker cards, and seeing none, I will turn it over to CFO McAdell.
All right, you said it all. No, in G1, Laura explained the park development agreement side of things to establish that park. And now this is going to pay for those park services for that neighborhood. So this is for Douglas 103 project. This will be annexation number 13. Makes sense, the next one. And build out, like Laura said, is going to be 198 single-family homes, and just over about 20 acres for that commercial, non-residential development. It'll create roughly about $138,000 annually to pay for that particular park. Like the previous project, this development is required to mitigate the fiscal impacts for park operations, maintenance, capital replacement, those kind of things that are met through the participation of the CFD. And that's it for my presentation for this one. Happy to answer any questions.
Have any questions?
I have no question.
No questions. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion. I move the Board of Directors adopt Resolution 25, what do you call it? 25, what's that called?
Slash?
Slash, that's a slash. 26-29, accepting the annexation of property located in the future annexation area, Cordova Recreation and Park District Community Facilities District number 2018-01, Park Facilities and Services, Tax Zone number 1, Annexation number 13, Douglas 103.
I'll second. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. We have a motion by Director Sloan and a second by Secretary Yearwood.
Director Sloan?
Aye.
Director Danzel?
Aye.
Secretary Yearwood?
Aye.
Vice Chair Mattis?
Aye.
Chair Langen?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, next one is G4.
Item G4, approve Cordova Recreation and Park District participation in the California Special Districts Association Sacramento Area Chapter, and authorize the general manager to execute necessary documents. And at this time, we received no speaker cards, and seeing none, I will turn it over to General Manager Patrick Larkin.
Thank you, Shelby. So I have an update. Staff recommends that the Board of Directors approves Cordova Recreation and Park District Participation in the new California Special Districts Association Sacramento Area Chapter, and authorizes myself, the general manager, to execute necessary documents. Little background, the CSDA is a California nonprofit public benefit corporation that represents a wide range of special districts, including parks and recreation, that provide public services to the communities. CSDA's purpose is to advance the vital public interest in effective, efficient, and responsive local government by providing educational, legislative advocacy, financing, and insurance services to some special districts. Within CSDA, there are affiliated chapters of local special districts who desire to collaborate and network together on a regular basis. Recent discussions with other local special districts have shown interest in forming a Sacramento area chapter of CSDA to promote regional collaboration. The district hosted the first meeting of the Sacramento area chapter formation on May 7th at the district office. Representatives from 7 agencies attended the meeting to discuss requirements for forming a CSDA affiliated chapter. In order to participate in the Sacramento area chapter, the board would need to approve participation and authorize the general manager to complete the attached CSDA chapter affiliation agreement. The completed agreement would then be submitted to the CSDA for approval at the annual conference. There is no fiscal impact to this. Membership has been waived as a startup. It may come back at a later time with amended bylaw. And with that, if you have any questions, I would be able to answer this for you.
Any questions from the board? Nope. No questions. Do I have a motion?
Chair Langdon, I move the Board of Directors approve the Cordova Recreation Park District's participation in the California Special Districts Association Sacramento Area Chapter and authorize the General Manager to execute the necessary documents.
I'll second that.
Have a motion by Director Danzel and a second by Director Sloan. Roll call vote.
Director Sloan?
Aye.
Director Danzel?
Aye.
Secretary Irwin?
Aye.
Vice Chair Mattis?
Aye.
Chair Langen?
Aye. Motion passes. That brings us to H, Board of Directors items.
For item H2A, there was no training to report this month, and item H2B is the community activities report. And seeing no public comment, I will turn it back over to you.
Go ahead and start at the end with Director Sloan.
Okay. For my 2-page report. Hold on, let's find my notes on that. Okay, so on Friday, April 17th, I attended the student art show at the MAC. You guys know what the MAC is, right? Okay, I don't want to explain what that is. And this art show featured the works of our students from the Cordova STEAM preschool. And they were really excited to see their work up on display. And I just wanted to commend the teacher there. I forget her name, but she did an excellent job. She was very, very pleased with seeing how happy the kids were. I think that's what it's all about when you're teaching. You see the difference you can make in a kid's life. The next thing was on Thursday, April 23rd, I attended the all-staff recognition luncheon at Hagen Community Center. And that was a nice, fun event where you see the people that have been working here for a long time and getting rewarded. And the district did a nice job on that one. They always do. And we collected canned goods and stuff for our new community hub. That was for?
It was for the food locker at the time, but
but now it's for the
food hub
okay.
hasn't really started yet.
Cool. Okay, and then on Wednesday, April 29th, I attended the Senior Resource Fair at Lincoln Village Community Park, which was probably one of the largest fairs we've had in a while, vendor-wise and attendance-wise. I thought it was very well put together. Weather was perfect. And I don't know if you didn't have a chance to get there, but it was an eye-opening experience for a lot of people, because they actually had a Zumba class or something going on the parkour area. They were doing dancing and stuff, which was kind of nice. I took some photographs, I think you might have seen them by now. On Wednesday, April, that same night, that same day, I went over to Jill Noon's farewell celebration at Log Off Brewery, which was nice to see her tear up again. Saturday, May 9th, I attended the iFest at Village Green Park, which class act. It's hard to improve on that, but somehow they brought something that's never been brought before, and that's Polynesian wrestling to our park, which was kind of interesting. But the park was in great shape. It just looked wonderful. I'm sure you've seen a lot of the photographs. Next thing was CIP. Thursday, May 14th, I attended the Rosemont Community Association annual meeting at Einstein Middle School. Park District was in representation, and our general manager, Pedrick Larkin, spoke to the crowd and addressed all the concerns and things, all the projects that were going on in Rosemont, which there's always a lot going on in Rosemont. Next thing was Saturday, May 16th, community yard sale at Lincoln Village Park. I was there too, just seeing what was available. Seemed a little bit smaller, but they did have something new this year. They had a truck there that was collecting e-waste, so you could drop off stuff there. The next thing was, that same day, I went over to Hagen Community, Cordova Community Pool, where they're holding the annual International Mermaid Convention. And I was there most of the day there. And that night I attended they have something called the Bubble Ball. And I'll tell you, that complex this is the 4th year they've had that event there. And it's really helped them. That event where would you have it? I mean, that facility is so fantastic. The area over there by the trees, it's nice and shady. They set up their tents and they set up their blankets, and that's where they're camping. They go over there and relax, and then they come back and they put their tails on and get into the water and have a lot of fun. It's a real interesting congregation of people being very, very creative. And I love that kind of stuff. And colorful. Let's see, the next thing, I went to something that I thought was something else, but it turned out being a Rancho Cordova Sports Activity Coalition was giving some scholarships and awards to athletic students that, rose above the rest grade-wise and in service, and so that was a kind of a fun little event there. It was at the Spaghetti Factory, the old Spaghetti Factory. And let's see, what am I doing? And then Wednesday, May 20th, I got up and I drove over to the food hub, the new food hub, and listened. I started my CRPD Zoom meeting, and then I continued my Zoom meeting as I tried to photograph this event that was going on at the food hub, which was kind of multitasking to a point where I don't think I ever want to try that, do it again. It was just too much, listening to 2 different things and photographing, but everything to get back to the CRPD Zoom meeting. We really we hit a lot of bases at this meeting. There was lots of stuff on our agenda, and what we always do is we hit the proposed assembly and state bills, and we talk about ones we're focusing on supporting. And we talked about the proposed 2026-27 CRPD operations budget. We talked about the proposed conference budget for next year. We talked about this budget this year. I heard for the conference, I heard that a fact was kind of interesting that the sponsorship is so high, it's never been so high before. It was about $109,000 in sponsorship. And I believe the numbers for the conference, the out-of-pocket cost was $104,000. So the sponsorship basically paid for the conference, it seems like. So we had a couple other things that were on our agenda. Was to a district called Mountains Recreation and Park Conservation Authority. They asked to become members, and the board voted to bring them aboard. So we got a couple more memberships, bringing us to 73 different agencies. I think I'll let Brian take over from here.
Thank you.
Talk about the conference.
Thursday, April 16th, I attended the CARPD Legislative Committee. Always the greatest two and a half hours of my month, going over all the legislation that the state is going through, what we're jumping on board with, what we're opposing. Always a lot, especially this time of year. For that, on April 29th, I attended the CARPD Executive Committee meeting. We sat down, and just like we do here, we've got a person in charge, so we have to start their evaluation process. So that's what we started there, talking about, where we're going to go in the budget, what, with Matt Duarte there, but also then our budget, what our plans are. Is there anything that we need to do with CPPG, change things like that? That's on the executive committee level. Also later that day, on the 29th, I did attend the LAFCO Special Districts Advisory Committee. It actually was held here that night, which was great. I had another event that I went to a little earlier that night. I do have that agenda here. Something that I either missed or I've done and I just didn't realize I did it is the CSDA's finance training, SB 827. I know we all have to do it. I don't know whether we've done it or not. We do enough training. Sometimes they just run together and I don't remember, so I'd like to keep that one in mind. Talked a little bit about, the updates with our LAFCO, and there is a potential of separation from the county. Right now, our LAFCO is part of the county, but they're not part of the county. It's really weird how they work, but they're talking about actually completely splitting away from the county and becoming themselves, because those employees that work, those 3 employees, don't have county pay scales, but they're paid by the county, and it's really weird the way things are done. So they're talking about actually splitting away, like most of Southern California is not actually they're not part of their counties, but they do represent the members within those counties. It's a very unique situation. They've talked about it several times in the past, but they're hoping by the end of the year actually to have this finally happen for us, which would be a really good thing, because then you don't have the county telling you can't do these things because the county doesn't want you to do these things. Now you're an independent agency, just like we are. We can turn around and make our own rules and our things, so that changes there. As always, we do have we give reports out on what's going on in our districts, and we discuss those things. Our general manager opened the meeting up for us and gave some great facts about our district to the other members, and they were quite jealous because most of the members on that right now come from very, very small districts where they might have 3 employees, and they're trying to figure out how to fund their Halloween like we do. We pay staff to be there. Well, they don't have enough money to pay their staff to be, but they only have 3 staff members, so how do they do that? And so there's discussion on how to go about fundraising and things specifically for that, so they can change that. So that's it for LAFCO. On May 1st, I attended the CARPD Conference Committee. finalizing who our speakers are, what times things are, and then where we're going for next year, and that is North Shore. We are going to Olympic Village in 2027. So, not worried about it. It comes out in a week publicly, so,
Nobody watches these
yeah,
meetings.
no. Terry Linebuck might. But May 5th, CRPD Finance Committee, just going over the budget, making sure that we're there so we can present it to the full board at their next board meeting, which happened to be today, which Director Sloan talked about most of that, and just getting ready for the conference that starts on Wednesday. That is the end of my report.
I got nada.
The only thing I have was the ad hoc committee for the 2x2 with the Folsom Cordova district. We talked about that earlier.
And same for me, just the ad hoc committee meeting on May 12th that we discussed earlier. So that will bring us to item I, comments by staff on non-agenda items.
Item I1, district-wide monthly progress report for May 2026, and at this time, we received no speaker cards, and seeing no public comment, I will hand it over to General Manager Patrick Larkin.
Thank you, Shelby. Some highlights from this past month. Just last week, we attended, Shelby and I, representing CRPD for the new resident welcome reception at Exploration Park. They had a great attendance out there. It was a great opportunity for us to meet some new folks moving into the city of Rancho Cordova, and then sharing with them our rec guide, all of the different locations we have programs and activities. And overall, I thought it was a great success. Congratulations to B. Lopez for continuing to offer that welcome wagon approach and a friendly welcome to our new residents. Also, I met with attended the student art show at the MAC to see our STEAM preschool students share their artwork with their families. It was an excellent event. I love going to that annually. So kudos to our preschool teachers for having that collaboration with the MAC and having our students be able to participate in that as well. We did do our ad hoc committee for the school district 2x2 and CRPD, and also the CIP 2x2. We hosted that all staff recognition event. We collected 580 food items for the food locker, now the food hub. As of today, this morning, they cut the ribbon to open up their new food hub. It looks amazing. Congratulations to Carrie, the CEO, and their board for getting that project done within a year. It's unbelievable that just under a year ago, they were looking at this really old building. They were kind of looking at knocking it down with a little sledgehammer. But today, if you go by there, it is an incredibly, the building is gorgeous. So I encourage you to check that out. They'll still be looking for volunteers and support, and so we will be there in partnership with them to continue on all of that great work that they're doing there. Myself and Shelby and Chase attended a leadership development training on communications called Personify. The training was excellent, probably one of the better trainings I've ever received in understanding leadership strengths and then also incorporating them in experiential learning opportunities. So it was so good that I'm going to start bringing it to the district to train our leadership staff on that new training. So that's very exciting. Also, I'm happy to report after tonight we are now members of the CSDA Sacramento area chapter, and I was appointed as the vice president for that new formation chapter. So I'm excited about that opportunity. I share that with the chairperson, who is going to be a board member from Casuna CSD, a general manager from a cemetery district in Galt is the secretary, and then the treasurer is going to be the general manager from a reclamation district in Natoma. So we have a great representation of different types of special districts as we kick off this new Sacramento chapter. Some recognition of our staff on page 144. We did fish recognition awards, and so We gave out awards for play, make their day, choose your attitude, and be there, and of course, culture champions that make great waves. So congratulations to the staff, and thank you to the Fish Committee for putting on another amazing opportunity to recognize our staff. Coming up in June 8th through June 12th is going to be District Safety Week. And so this year, training will emphasize the district's newly updated injury and illness prevention program, evacuation procedures, heat illness prevention, and workplace safety best practices. We'll finish out the week with a presentation from local law enforcement regarding safety, safely navigating interactions with unhoused individuals in parks and public spaces. And then to wrap up the week, we'll have a nice barbecue. And you're more than welcome to join us for that on June 12th. Some updates on our CIP projects and park development. We have secured our contract for Stantec Consulting to move forward with the permitting process of our project at Riviera East tennis courts. So we're excited to get that going. We also are currently under construction, but we'll be wrapping up very soon here on the Mather Sports Complex South Soccer Field turf replacement. That's a mouthful. Some other highlights. We have a lot of projects, as you can see, in our park planning development. I just want to thank you guys for navigating this incredible workload. You guys are just really incredible. So thank you for all your staying on it and delivering comments and making sure that we are not forgotten as commenters in these important projects that are coming forward. We unfortunately did not get some grant awards. We were notified that we did not receive the Lincoln Village Community Park Renovation Project Grant and the Dave Roberts Community Park Renovation Project Grant. However, with that notice, we did reach out to the grantor, and we'll be meeting with them to find out how we can look to improve our application for future grant opportunities and seeing if we can meet criteria a little bit better in the next round of funding. Right now, there's still a hold on one of those grants that are going to be earmarked for Dave Roberts. In recreation, on April 29th, we marked the Senior Resource Fair. This was a great event. It started off during our time of COVID, where people were driving through and getting resources, and it grew into a 46 vendor, 9 sponsors, and more than 150 participants joining us for that day. And the participants were able to check out Tai Chi, Zumba classes, and then they had a Hawaiian-inspired lunch for them. We also had the community yard sale on May 15th at Lincoln Village Community Park. We did a career workshop with Folsom Cordova Partnership. We hosted 31 attendees, received instructions on resume writing, interview techniques, and overall job readiness. So thank you to HR for continuously looking to get our young people out there and learning how to get a job, which is great. NFL flag football had 155 youth athletes and 19 volunteers sign up for this season. And our teen adventure group has been doing some incredible projects and programs. They've gone horseback riding excursions around Folsom Lake. They also did a hiking tour at Yuba River City Park, and then a historic cemetery and Bridgeport Covered Bridge excursion. So, wow, they just keep on going to these incredible places. So, some other just general updates. In the back of your package on page 169, LAFCO reached out to us and asked that we help promote a new public member that they're looking to add to their LAFCO board. The application packet is in your packet on page 169 and goes through 173 or 74. If you know anyone, a resident that might be interested in joining that, the applications will be received up until July 3rd. And we can more than happy to share that application with them. And also they can get more information from LAFCO directly. PRSA is one of our, the Capital Chapter is something that Shelby has been very involved in. They highlighted Shelby this past month on page 176. She was their champion. And so there's a nice little write-up about Shelby, and thank you for all your great involvement and service on our industry, making sure that we are best in show. So you do an incredible job, and thank you.
Thank you.
We have our calendar for the month of May and June for you to check out. And just today, on the dais, you saw your California Special Districts magazine. If you were to open up to page 12, our board director, Rick Sloan, is highlighted.
Okay.
He is on his little picture too. It's really cool. Zoom in. For winning the Distinguished Community Service Individual Award at the annual Community Volunteer Awards Program. So congratulations, Director Sloan. It's nice to see one of our movers and shakers be recognized at the state level. And that concludes my report.
Where'd they get that picture from?
Mugshot?
Must have been at the event.
All right, that moves us to items J, informational items.
Item J1 is our articles, correspondence, and public outreach, and item J2 is our district calendar for May and June. And there is no public comments. I will turn it back over to you.
All right. Item K, closed session.
Item K1, liability claim pursuant to California Government Code Section 54956.9. Claimant Charlie Wang. Agency claimed against Cordova Recreation and Park District.
All right, we're going to recess to closed session at 7:44.
please let us know when you're ready. Okay.
All right, I would like to reconvene the open session at 7:59. Item K1. The Board of Directors voted unanimously to reject a claim against the district as presented by Charlie Wang. Brings us to M. I would like to adjourn this meeting at 7:59 p.m. See you at our next regularly scheduled board meeting on Wednesday, June 17th, 6:30.